And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Holland.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit the...
Yes. On lid. We're racing race number 1.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the Over the Top Designs Lugnuts Tuesday night Throwback Series. Race number 2 coming at you from Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight, getting everybody gridded up on the grid here. Later start than what I would like to have. But anyway, we are here getting ready for race number 2 here tonight. Round 2 of the series rolls into Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the way they qualified coming in round number 2. Row number 1, Randy Arms got Ames got on the front row alongside Rob Haynes. Row number 2, last week's winner, Mitchell Weaves, alongside Scott Patton. Row number 3, Ray Richard, Jeff D. Merck, alongside him. Row number 4, Jack Watts, Judd Danglis, and makes up that 4th row. John and Wally rounds out the top 10. Starting 11th, Jeffrey Wood from Klein 12th. 13th, Michael and Andrew. Starting 15th here tonight, Trent and Calvin Miller rounds out the field in 16th. 16 cars Taking on Atlanta for 100 laps here tonight. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's coverage. Again, a bit later start than normal. Again, this is round number 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And a big shout out as always to Over the Top Designs. Need to paint anything done, check out Over the Top Designs on Facebook. John will get you hooked up. But right now, get ready to roll the cars off. 100 laps tonight at Atlanta. Hot, slick, old track. These cars don't have a lot of downforce. Should be a fun night all the way around for 100 laps here this evening. And cars are rolling off of the grid here, getting ready to go. And we'll see how tonight turns out as we get ready to send them racing here. Again, 100 laps here tonight is going to be your distance. As we get ready to go once again in this series, I'll tell you what, the first race over at North Bucksboro was a blast. Race number 2 sure to be the same. What's going to be the next 100 laps? Again, these cars are not a lot of downforce. You really have to drive them at a place like Atlanta. Getting the loose in and loose on exit, that could be a problem as well. We get ready to go. Lights are off the iRacing pace car. Everybody ready to go racing. That 02 Mountain Dew machine lining up third. Coming off a win last week. We'll see what he can come up with here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Everybody ready to go here. 100 laps. Out of turn at number 4. Randy and Rob Haynes will bring them down to the start-finish line this time by. Pace car will dive off a pit road. The over-the-top designs of loose Lugnuts Tuesday night Throwback series is green. We are underway here at Atlanta here tonight. Again, round number 2 of the season. Everybody up to speed through 1 and 2, trying to get it figured out here. Haynes up there on the top side, Reeves back there in 3rd, Patton in 4th. Watts, Richard Dangleson, and all back here as well. Great battle for the race lead out of turn number 4, first lap on the board. Haynes top side of the racetrack trying to get the momentum. He'll beat him to the stripe. Give Haynes the lead of lap number 1. So Haynes out front now. Back to the front goes the 83 machine for just a second. Of the Randy, of course, officially in the 000 down the back straightaway. He'll get in the line. Taking a look at Mitchell Reeves. Running in 3rd, race week's winner. 4th right now is Scott. Burke back there in 5th in the 60 in that Pepsi machine. 6th is going to be the 44, Ray Richard. Judd Dangleson back there in 7th right now. 3 laps already in the books here tonight. It's going to go by in a hurry. Up in front, Randy hanging on over Mr. Rob Haynes, Mitchell Reeves. He's really took to this series very well. Won the Richmond recruitment race. Came out last week. North Wilkesboro picked up the series win, or the first win of the season. Now trying to go 2 for 2 at Atlanta, and he's got the front 2 in his sights. They work their way down the front straightaway. Top 3 checking out on the bumper cam of Mitchell. Mitchell doing everything he can, trying to hang on here. Keeping toe with the guys right in front of him. Out of turn number 4, or out of turn 2, excuse me, into 3 and 4. Top 3 opening up a bit of a gap right now over Scott and Jeff. A little bit of a side-by-side racing there between the 01 of John and Ray Richard in the 44. Hanging on to it, and great racing right now. Now moves right in front of him. That's going to be Patton there trying to hang on to the spot. Underneath him will be Jeff Merck. Merck trying to pick it up. He does. He'll move to 4th. Move the 46 back a slot. Here comes the 01 as well up front. Meanwhile, look at this. Haynes putting plenty of pressure on your race leader here early on. Again, 5 in the books this time by. Randy, Rob Haynes, Reeves, and Merck. All within your top 4 right now. Big move there from the 01 of John. John gonna drop it to the bottom. He'll slide on up the racetrack trying to pick up a position, and will do so. Bit of contact in behind him. One car getting out of shape. See Wally down there on the bottom trying to hang on in that chicken pit machine, that number 75. He'll hang on around the bottom of the racetrack right now, keeping that car open under him here. Again, still very early on. And last time by, we've already dropped off almost a full second on tires in 7 laps. Each car is eating these tires alive here at Atlanta tonight. Still really early on in this one. Looks like we had 13 cars officially start tonight's race. Up in front right now, Randy hanging on, Haynes second, Reeves third. John sitting in that 4th position a little ways back. Jeff trying to work his way forward into that number 60 machine on the bottom, that Pepsi colored machine. Jeff on the bottom, John up there in the 01 in front of them. Going at it right now, the 46 dropping back a Scott. He'll drop back a spot, the 44 right there, Ray Richard. Trying to take advantage of it, Judd Danielson. Right there in 8th. Great run for Judd here tonight. 9 laps in the books already this evening. 9 in the books right now. Randy out front leading the way the most of the battling right now. In the midst of the top 10. From about 6th on back. Guys really mixing it up out front. No lead change. Haynes still putting the pressure on the back bumper of Rob. Or on the back bumper of Randy there. Rob really putting that pressure. Along with Mitchell Reeves sitting back there in 3rd, last week's winner. Trying to make some ground up. We'll check on the battles back here in the pack here for just a moment. That's the 46 still on the top side, the 44 to the bottom. Scott and Ray Richard going at it. Already 10 laps in the books here tonight. These two, I think, are going to battle all night long. You see the 46 sliding up the racetrack. Tires already wearing out. They're right at a second off their fastest lap here, just 10 laps in. To 100 here tonight. Everybody trying to just take care of their equipment at this point. 44 up the racetrack in front of them there. That's Ray Richards sliding up. Here comes a run on the bottom. That is Judd Danielson. Danielson trying to take advantage here. Danielson on the inside. He'll have the 46 following him to Scott Patton. And Danielson doing a great job using that inside lane right here. A little close there through the tri-oval section. But they'll all make it through. Another car dropping back a spot. Mitchell Reeves has dropped back to 4th right now. The 01 of John able to get around him. Those two separated from the top 2 for just a little ways, but up in front of them, Haynes still keeping the pressure on Randy. Randy not able to breathe. It's Haynes all over that back bumper. Haynes really putting some pressure here. Now trying to get the outside lane to come alive here. He'll drop to the top. Can't do it. He's going to have to jump back in the line here sooner or later. I don't know. He's going to try to get it to work up there. These cars with this lower downforce, man, it's really hard to get them to stick on the bottom once your tires wear out. So if Haynes can get alongside of Randy, might be able to use that momentum to get it done. And right now, top side of the racetrack he goes. Now side by side up in front at the moment, and there you have it. Haynes takes over the spot. Just as I figured, that top lane, that momentum, was able to get Haynes around into the race lead. Again, 14 complete here tonight at Atlanta. Haynes doing everything he can. Rob Haynes out in front of the field. 15 complete. 15 of 100 complete here tonight. as we run. Right now, Randy second, John third, Jeff D. Merck back there in fourth. Jeff trying to hang on right now. 15 complete of 100 here tonight. Jeff sitting in fourth right behind John. Actually going to go to the bottom here. Jeff picks the spot up. Maybe it's tight off of turn number 4. Really had to cut that car back down. 16 on the board this time by. Haynes still out in front of the field. The 83 right there behind him. 16 of 100 complete here tonight. Everybody single file. John back there just a couple of car lengths off. Right with that 01 machine. Again, 16 laps already into this race. Some great rattling up front. Let's drop back through the pack. Ray Richard back here. Ray having a good run in the 44, trying to make something happen. Richard again in the 44 machine. Ray Richard right back here in that number 44 orange and white machine. On the top side, here comes the 76 of Ronald, trying to work his way forward. Ronald desperately trying to work his way forward just a little bit here. We will see side by side they are. And still continuing. Side by side. For position. 44 sliding back just a little bit. And right now everybody fighting through 18 of 100 complete. They worked their way through 18 of 100 in the books, 19 on the board. As he works their way through 19 of 100 complete here tonight. Up in front, Haynes still hanging on. Haynes doing a great job hanging on to the race lead. Randy in second. Randy trying to close in on Rob Haynes at the moment. The first 20 laps of this one going to come up this time by. First 20 of 100 here tonight in the books. Battle up front. Haynes trying to pull away from Randy and doing a great job after he got by him on the high side. Jeff D. Merck back here in third. John fourth. I think tires are going to be more of an issue tonight than even fuel. Last time by, they were second plus off of their fastest lap time of the race here. That's going to be a second plus off. As they fight their way through. Excuse me, folks. Right now, everybody's single file for the most part. One and 100 complete. As we fight our way through. Trying to hang on. Great racing. Right now. As we continue right at the moment. Again, these guys doing everything they can. 22 laps complete, starting to slip and slide a little bit. But out in front, it's going to be Haynes. Right behind him, it's going to be Randy. Jeff Merck back here behind him. In third, the 01 of John. Last week's winner, Mitchell Reeves, sitting inside the top 5. What a great start to his season here. First 23 laps down at Atlanta. Still inside the top 5. He's got Judd Danielson breathing down his neck. See Judd closing in there. Judd, great run in that 85 machine. That's everybody hanging on. As we fight our way through. Fighting, doing everything they can. File right now up front. Rob Haynes getting after it. Gonna have Randy right behind him. Rob leads the way. Randy second. Jeff's third. Fourth right now, John, and running fifth, Mitchell Reeves. Reeves again winning last week at North Wilkesboro. Running in the top 5 right now, but he's going to have Judd Dangleson closing in from behind, but he's going to be on the back bumper, the 0-1 of John. Great battle, fourth, fifth, and sixth, right here under a blanket. And Reeves actually going to pick up a position going into the top 4 here. And he'll clear. Good move by Reeves. He'll move it into the top 4. John hanging on behind him. Judd Dangleson right there in 6th. Dangleson still trying to close in. Can't do nothing right now. Great battling up front right now. Out of these top 5. You look around the racetrack right now, you got Rob Haynes out in front. Really putting on a great show right in front of the 83 machine. Mr. Randy trying to close back in on him. And Rob Haynes got the lead from the top side. He got to the top of Randy and made the pass. It made it look relatively easy a few laps back. But now, Randy closing back in. Having on the board the 100 here tonight. 27 and 100 complete. Everybody still managing to hang on. We fight our way through. Again, very early on in this one. 27 out of 100 laps complete. And right now, everybody hanging on, nose to tail up front. Ronald Klein back there in 8th. Jack Watts in 9th. Watts trying to close in on the top 8 here. Can't do it. But what about Ronald, man? Ronald hanging in there with that 8th spot run right now behind John. Pretty smooth run for that number 76 machine. Judd Dangleson up there. Some familiar faces up near the front here. Pretty 6 right there of Scott Patton as well, having a good run here tonight. 9 on the board. Well, folks, we're only about 20 laps away from halfway here. We got to start talking about some fuel or tire strategies and whatnot. When do you come down for your first stop? You're at a second slower per lap than what you ran early on in the race. There's nobody at all in the 32s any longer in this race. So do you come a little bit early? I don't think you can stretch it to 50 here in these cars. They make it a one-stop race. You may be able to, but from what I've seen, I don't think you can. 30 on the board of 100 here tonight. Do you come down a bit earlier on, make it a two-stop race, and come and get tires before the other guys get a chance? Do you stay out? What is your plan here tonight? It's going to be a big question these guys are going to have to figure out. 30 of 100 complete here tonight. Everybody doing everything they can. Right now, 31 of 100 complete here right now. (31 and 100 complete). Randy out front. Rob Haynes in second. Jeff in third. Dangleson back there. Patton is back there also. All these guys right with each other. Some great racing all the way around. 32 and 100 in the books here tonight. And down the back straightaway, everybody will go. Randy, Jeff, Scott, and Judd, and Reeves right there behind them. 32 laps complete. 33 on the board of 100 here tonight. Great racing right now. Six Machinist Scott Pat hanging on to fourth. Randy up front. Randy doing a great job just maintaining the race lead right now in the 80s. Rob Haynes trying to run him down. The Castrol machine behind him. Merck in third. Doing everything he can as well to try to run those two down. Battle behind them. There'll be Scott up there on the top of the racetrack in the 46 with Danielson underneath. Danielson inching his way forward. Right now, great racing all the way around up in the front of the field. As we continue to run right now. Single file, back up front. Randy holds about a 7/10 of a second gap over P2 of Rob Haynes. Rob Haynes trying to run him down. Merck in third. And trying to close in here, get 35 of 100 laps complete here tonight. 35 of 100 in the books. Look at Merck. Right there, Danielson in fourth. Danielson doing everything he can. 37 on the board this time by. As right now, single file right now in Fort Danielson doing a great job hanging on. As we fight our way through right now, 37 of 100 laps complete. Randy still out in front. Again, having a great job. Rob Haynes in second. Third is Jeff. Fourth, Danielson right now. That's your top four as they come down the back straightaway. As they fight their way through. As we're coming up to 38 on the board. Single file. I'm looking at tire numbers here and they're definitely falling off. They're about 10 laps away from halfway. We know if they make it that far, they'll definitely stop at that point. Right now, 38 on the board this time by. Everybody single file. Patton back there in fifth, having a deep run. Jeff up there in third, and that Pepsi machine working his way forward and closing in on Haynes for second. Really long run to open up here at Atlanta. Great run so far. 39 of 100 complete here tonight. Closing in on halfway in this thing. We got a couple of cars on pit road. First one off of pit road is Ray Richer in the 44. Got to be a little bit careful on cold tires here. Until he gets some temperature back in those tires, that could cause a problem. If you're not very careful, you can very easily lose a race car on cold tires. Right now, 40 on the board. And our co-commentator for the night, Miss Kim, and her expert commentating back there says the car will go boom on cold tires. Man, that is such an in-depth expert analysis. Right behind them, you've got Danielson, Jeff on the top side dropping back. Right now with the 46, we got Taylor Reeves on the bottom as they work their way through off the turn number 4. Reeves to the bottom of the racetrack trying to work his way back forward. Again, 41 laps on the board tonight. No cautions so far here in the loose Lugnuts Tuesday Night Throwback Series. Brought to you by Over the Top Designs on Facebook. But here comes Reeves, inching his way back forward. Look at that. He saved a little bit of tire here at the end of this run. Starting to work his way back forwards, back into the top 4. Reeves now into fourth. Judd Danielson will be the next car he'll be coming after. But one car's making up a ton of time right now. I wouldn't say a ton. Ray Richard right there working his way through traffic. He's still a little bit faster than these guys. Not sure that his strategy will work out if these guys can make it a one-stop race. Oh, one off of pit road just now, leaving pit road. That is John. He's going to be the next car that's going to come down. Out front, man, by 2 seconds. Randy is just inching away from the field. Danielson to second, Haynes to third now. Here comes the Reeves. Make it Reeves to third. Great battling back here in the pack. Reeves up to P3 in the O2 Mountain Dew machine. Reeves working his way forward. Judd Danielson right there in the 83. Randy still with a nice little lead here, 44 on the board. Again, gap of 2.9 seconds between your top two. Here comes Reeves to the bottom. Reeves really doing everything he can to make up ground, and he's done a great job. Going to bring the car back to second. I do believe he's a bit faster than Danielson. Danielson can't really keep him back there right now. Judd Danielson trying to hang on. Reeves right there behind him. 45 of 100 laps complete here tonight. And great racing here at the front of your field. See Randy all the way up front here. B5 complete. Randy leads the way right now. Great racing for that number, the 000 of Randy. 46 on the board. Reeves, Patton, all these guys behind him. 46 complete. As we fight through here. Everybody having a great run right now. D7 on the board this time by. And right now up in front, Randy doing everything he can. Danielson second, Reed third. 47 laps complete. And what a race we've had so far. Green a flag for the first half of this thing. So now we know these guys up front. We got a car on the outside wall. And that is old Judd, I believe it was, got in a fence. And it was Judd. He's going to lose a couple of spots. But Judd got in the fence pretty hard there. Just got tied off of turn two. Danielson got a little too high. Got in the outside wall. Keep it straightened out. 48 on the board. Inching in on time for pit road for your race leaders. Two cars are going to have to make a probably two-stop race here. That's going to be John and Ray. I believe they'll have to come back down. So I don't think their strategy works out unless this thing has a yellow late in the going. See Reeves right there behind the 44 of Ray. Again, Ray on a bit fresher tires. I tell you what, the advantages fell off pretty quick for Ray. Not quite as quick as I thought he would be 8-9 laps into it. Give you some perspective, he's 9 laps in on his tires, now 10. Drop down to a 33.5. Your leader with 49 laps, a 33.7. So it seems to be the fall off on those tires happened very early on in the run. 83 maybe looking to pit road. No, he'll stay out. Reeves staying out as well this time by. 50 will go on the board. We'll be exactly halfway. 50 on the board right now. Exactly halfway in this one. Reeves are dropping back a bit. Right now, having a decent run in second. Danielson got in the wall a few laps ago. He's going to look to try to take that spot back. Danielson to the bottom. Reeves a little bit loose. You've seen that car get a little bit out of shape. 50 down, 50 to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We are halfway through the over-the-top designs Loose Lugnuts Throwback series here tonight. Halfway through this one. As we continue. Again, halfway, 51 to 100 complete. Everybody doing everything they can, trying to hang on. And Randy to pit road, and there you have it, your race leader on pit road. A couple more cars, Mitchell Reeves going to stay out an extra lap. But we got the majority of the field hitting pit road right here at lap number 52. And folks, we're going to go crank it up right real quick here on Extreme Sim TV, and we'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, back here with you, back underway again. Pit stops coming to an end. Randy able to get off pit road. Gonna keep his lead. Scott gonna move to second. Reeves coming off pit road right now. He's gonna drop to third. John will drop into fourth in the 01. That's the way they run right now. 53 of 100 complete here tonight. And we'll take a look back through the field here when a bit spaced out. Wally getting under Ray Richer here. That's going to be position number 9 for Wally. Good run here tonight for Wally, jumping up and getting a little bit of a run. For great racing all the way around right now, working our way through. 55 on the board this time by. And right now, everybody is kind of spread out up front. It's going to be a 2.8 second gap from Randy to Scott. And then it will be Reeves behind him. Scott right there, Reeves back behind him. So these guys pretty well spread out at the front of the field. Jeff dropping back here. He's going to be running 8th. Rob Haynes in 7th, but look at Ronald Klein here running inside the top 5 in the number 76 machine right now. Again, 55 on the board this time by. 100 lap race here now. It's going to go by pretty quick here. Really quick right now as they work their way through right now. Again, 56 and 100 complete. Right now, we're at that point of the race. Everybody kind of spread out just a little bit. That's going to make it interesting to how this thing plays out if we don't get a caution. Again, if we do not get a yellow, I mean, it's going to be a really hard job to make up the ground that's been developed here through these stops as we come down towards the end. As we all work our way through 7 to 100 laps complete. Randy out in front, having a great run here tonight. Out front, pulling away right now. Still having a very smooth run. Scott right now in second, 2.0 seconds back. Running Randy down just a tad. Couple of tenths on a lap here if he can keep it up. Good deal. He can just keep working on it. and 58-1 beat Randy up in front. And Randy got the lead earlier on in the night, and he has pretty much held on. Haynes has kind of dropped out of contention, sitting back in 6th right now behind John. Right in front of him, Jack Watts back there in 7th. Jeff, Wally, all these guys inside the top 10 right now. Judd Dangleson 2 laps down. Not having the night that he wanted. Coming to 60 on the board, roughly 40 laps to go in Atlanta here tonight. And what a night it's been, man. Some great racing, long green flag runs. 60 laps green to open this thing up. And will we have a caution at the end to mix everything back up again? Right now, it doesn't look like it. I think everybody's in that stable spot. You know, then that's the thing. You get in this rhythm. It stays green like this. It's really, really hard for anybody to make up ground. And it's like the way it is right now. Everybody's all separated. Reduces the chances of a caution coming out. So you got to kind of play it smart here. See right here on the climb is 8 seconds off of Mitchell Reeves. That's 3rd and 4th. That's the separation there. And again, at 61 complete, you don't have a ton of time. I'm going to look at the closest battle on the racetrack. Just at a second is going to be Haynes and John. John right there in the 0-1 machine. Haynes trying to run him down. But even at that, they're separated by about a second here. So now we got to sit and wonder. The field's pretty much set where they're set right. What if the yellow comes out? What if the unthinkable happens, right? What if somebody gets in the wall or something happens like that? That is what can mix this whole thing up. Because as they run right now, you're kind of locked in where you're locked in, right? As you can see, John right there, Reeves right there in the 0-2 machine. Ronald Klein Haynes has actually closed the gap down to Reeves down to John quite a bit. Here comes Haynes on John. That'll be a pass for a top 5 spot. If Haynes can get underneath of him, he does. He'll move to 5th. Now he set his sights on trying to go down, run down Klein. But up front, man, I tell you what, Scott is closing in. Got a little close to the wall off of turn 2. But he's definitely chopping that gap down about a 1/10 at a time. Number 46 machine. Trying to chop the gap down. Now 65 laps complete. Got plenty of time to catch Randy. Taking that axe out and chopping into that block of gap little by little each lap. And he is making it work here. 65 to 100 complete. He's going to get up near the wall again, man. You got to be careful. You got to stay off that wall if you're Scott. You're going to have a shot at getting up there and getting Randy. You got to keep that number 46 Stone River machine off the wall. Out of turn number 4, 66 on the board. Folks, we got about 30 or about 45 so laps to go. These guys are getting after it. 35, excuse me. Great racing right now with 35 laps to go at Atlanta. And Randy's still out front hanging on. Gap right now, 0.8 of a second. That gap is consistently falling between Randy and Scott. Scott just doing everything he can. Trying to chop into it here. See right now as they work their way through the front straight away. 46 closing the gap down on Randy little by little. 0.8 of a second that time by was your gap. But he was about a 1/10 of a second faster. That's a 1/10 of a second a lap faster. Is Scott over Randy here with 68 going on the board. So every lap he's closing in a tenth here. That's a second and 10 laps if he can keep the pace up. Man, oh man, he's got a chance to get there and grab race number 2. Does that 46 Machinist Scott if he can just keep what he's doing working. He's got it down to 7/10 of a second. 7/10 is your gap right now. As we work our way off of turn 2, once again, look how close up to the wall Scott's getting. Trying to get everything out of that car to go run him down if he can. Folks, what a race we got going on, and we'll be right back here in Atlanta in a moment. Right now, everybody working their way through 69 on the board. And what a race it is. The top 2 closing in on each other again. Right now, 6/10 of a second's the gap. Flagman this time by is going to give them the signal. They'll be have about 30 laps to go. Actually, 31 to be left on the board. Gap right now up front, 6/10 of a second. Athen doing everything he can to get to Randy. Arms doing everything he can to hang on. It's going to be one of those races, man. It's going to be 10 to 46 get there. And when he does, and if he does, what can he do when he's there? Randy trying desperately to look around the racetrack to find a lane to keep Scott Patton behind him. Patton in the 46 doing everything possible to run him down. What a race right now. Everybody doing everything they can to hang on up in front. These guys getting it done here tonight. It's been a lot of fun all night long. As we work our way through. Right now, up front, gap staying stable. 72 on the board of 75 or 100 complete. These guys really not letting up right now. Great racing at the front of the field. 72 laps complete. 72. Not a single file up front. And right now, everybody doing a wonderful job hanging on. Again, 73 on the board. And out in front. Arms doing everything he can. Keep Patton back there. It's down to 5/10 of a second. Gap's still closing, not as rapidly as it was. No surprise there. It kind of slowed down a bit. But as we get later into the race, we'll drop back just a little bit and take a look. Klein back there in 4th. 14 seconds off the leaders right now. At 73 complete. And it's going to be interesting when we get down to the end of this thing. Who does what? Oh boy, this is about to get really interesting as they hang on right now. 74 complete. As we work our way, 75 laps on the board. And we go and we take a look at what we're doing here. $75 complete. As right now we continue to hang on. 75 of 100 complete. Right now, Ronald Klein trying to do a little bit there in that position, but up front, Arms still doing a great job. Patton still 5/10 of a second back. No real changes between Patton and Arms at the front of the field. And oh man, if we don't get a caution, this is going to get really interesting. Top 2. Can he close the gap? He being Scott Pat. He's in P2 right now. He's about 5.8 tenths of a second off. At the strop this time by, it's going to be exactly 5.5, now 4.0. He is closing ever so slightly, but he is running out of time. We're going to come by to see 23 left to go here at Atlanta in just a moment. And all these guys right now having a pretty good run out in the front as we come to 78 on the board. One car on pit road, as I kind of expected. Ray Richard making another stop. Ray Richard there in the 44 makes another stop here. 78 at 100 complete. That'll get him to the end. But I don't think the leaders will have to stop again. That's going to be the problem for him. That strategy not playing out really the way he wanted it to here tonight. Gap up front remains about the same. Now, actually a little bit more. He's opened it back up to about 7/10 of a second. Scott really pushing this car, trying to close in on Randy. Randy doing a good job, again, staying calm and getting it done here tonight. 79 and 100 complete this time by. Front arm still hanging on. See Reeves back there in third. Ronald fourth. Haynes in fifth. That's your top five. And again, no real battles around the racetrack that I'm here. Everybody, for the most part, kind of spread apart as we close in on 20 laps to go. You're at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 80 on the board. And right now, Scott doing everything he can again. 1.1's the gap with 20 laps to go. Scott may have burned his equipment up trying to get there. With 20 to go, kind of falling off again. He got pretty close, but falling off. That's not going to help him to 01 coming off the pit road. So John, you see John there in the 01 coming down and getting tires. Guys playing a little bit different of a strategy, trying to come up with something to get to the race leaders with. To cross the stripe with 19 to go. I don't think unless we get a yellow, that strategy's not going to really pay off the way they wanted it, I don't think. But hey, anything works, right? You're trying anything you can right now. Team guy, he's actually going to catch up that second right there in front of him to Scott Pat. He's going to go by him. See that right there? He's going to roll by him. Randy's still out front. Coming to take 18 laps to go. He's got the gap up to 1.6 seconds. Good run for Randy, that casserole machine here tonight. Now, if he can just hang on 18 more laps, he's going to pick up a win, the second win of the season in race number 2 at Atlanta. So, I mean, this is where you get in this situation with 17 to go. If you're the race leader, Randy, you're just hoping you don't see another yellow. As this thing winds down, you see Jack Watts back there trying to run down Wally here. That's for position 7 and 8. Laps to go. Folks, a really clean race here tonight as we're closing down on the end of this one. It's a really, really smooth event all night long. And I tell you, I have to say I'm kind of impressed here at Atlanta tonight. It's been as cool as it has been. With coming to 15 laps to go here. Up front still is going to be Randy Arms. Arms out in front, Patton now 2 seconds back. And then about 2 seconds behind him, it's going to be Reeves. Reeves having a really smooth run here tonight also. Take a look at all this and you're just like, wow, everybody's done a really good job keeping it clean. Not doing anything too nuts, anything too crazy. That's kind of the way we ran it out all night long, right? I mean, nobody's really pushed the issue too awful hard. At this point in time, everybody just playing it out and just hanging on. And so as we work our way by, 14 laps to go. Randy is hanging on to the race lead here tonight. Has had a great run all night long. And again, we go back and we take a look at last week. Scott Patton came in second last week, and it looks like he may do the same here tonight. They wound up with a P2 finish once again. Something does not change for him, but that's kind of the way it looks here. Of course, we'll head off to Auto Club Speedway next week. See Scott back here, nothing he can do. Mitchell Reeves, though. Boy, Mr. Reeves closing in and actually going to go to second here. Look at Reeves. He's made up a ton of time while we've talked about everything. Reeves with 12 to go. To the bottom, he'll take P2. Good job for Reeves. He picks up second. Started the year off with a win. Now sets him second. Randy out in front, still with a nice gap, with 12 laps to go. But 7 laps to go this time by. 11 to go this time by. Up in front, Randy Arms hangs on. Mitchell Reeves second. Scott Patton in third. And that's the way they run right now. And we will hang on. As we work our way through lap number with 10 laps to go. Don't have any unexpected cautions, man. Tell you what, that number to 000 played the night out perfectly at Randy. Out in front, Randy pulls away. Reeves to second, but he's 4 seconds off Randy. No way he's gonna get there in time. And we look through the field, we got another battle brewing. Gonna be Jack catching Wally here. That's gonna be a battle for 8th and 7th here tonight. Right now, as they work their way down the back straightaway, double file, 8 laps to go here. This time by. Wally on the bottom. Wally slides up in front of the 17. And right now we work our way through. They work their way through here, 8 laps to go. Laps to go here out in front. Randy having a good run. Hanging on. It'll be 7 this time by. Reeves back there in second. Patton in third. Everybody spread out around the racetrack coming to 7 to go. Again, no yellows all night long. And it looks like Randy is going to hit the jackpot here tonight if nothing happens. But look at Reeves, man. Won last week, coming second. Great points night tonight if he hang on right there. Again, great run for him. Reeves doing everything possible. 6 laps to go. Arms out in front of this thing. With 6 laps to go this time by. Randy Arms has led the majority of this race. Haynes back there in 5th, Merck Haynes 4th, Merck in 5th. Behind him, Ronald Klein a little ways back in 6th. So what should be 5 to go this time by. Everybody's still spread out around the racetrack. To go this time by. Arms still hanging on. 4 laps to go. Four to go this time by as they come off of turn number 4. We'll see 4 laps to go from the flagman. Reeves in 2nd. Reeves hanging on P2. Randy in the lead. Haynes in 3rd. 3 laps to go this time by. Everybody just hanging on for everything it's worth right now. Three laps to go here at Atlanta. Randy has led the majority of this one. Once he got out front, he's pretty much never looked back. 78 laps led on the evening, and now with 3 laps to go, appears that he's well on his way to victory here tonight. If nothing else happens, that being any other cautions, anything of the sort, coming down to the end of this one to 2 laps to go, Randy hanging on to the race lead. Six seconds back is Reeves. Nothing he can do about it tonight, but still a great finish here for the looks of it. Working our way through, 2 laps to go. As we work our way through. As we fight our way through, 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go here, and Randy is going to get it done. Look at Mitchell up to 2nd. Reeves able to pick up that 2nd spot. As we finish this one off, Randy out in front. And here we go, working our way through the final corner. Randy is dominated all night long. It comes out of turn 4. And take a look at Randy Arms getting it done here tonight. Checkered flag is out. Congratulations to Randy on the win here tonight. Patton ended up way back there in 6th. What happened to Pat? Go back and take a look here because we were looking at some stats here. Something happened to Patton. World. He must have been saving fuel because there was something wrong with that race car. He wasn't. Yeah. He had to be saving fuel there. That cost him a ton of time. But congratulations to Randy Arms getting it done here tonight. And we'll be back with your post-race interview. All right, let's get a word in with the race winner here tonight. Randy getting it done here this evening. Hey, Randy, buddy, Matt in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Yeah, I got you.
Got a copy on me, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now, buddy. Well, great run here tonight, brother.
Yeah. First race back with these guys, and man, it's been about a year or so since I've got 2 races with these guys. They was nice enough to let me come back, and really didn't have very high expectations. I mean, I thought I would run good, but I definitely didn't think I'd run this good.
Well, you did a great job, man. Once you got the race lead, you never looked back. Led 81 laps all night long, buddy.
Yeah, the car was good. I was worried that I would probably use up the right front just a little too much, but it seemed like as the race went on, the car it just kept the same speed there and was able just to slowly pull away there. So,
Well, congratulations, man, on the win. You going to be back with us next week?
yeah, that's the plan. Plan is to run every race. I wasn't able to make last week, which kind of sucks, but yeah, I plan on trying to be here every week.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, I just want to thank Castro, Bosky's Performance Parts, CarQuest Auto Parts, and thank the league for putting on these races and to let me race, and thank you for putting on the broadcast.
Alrighty, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Randy getting it done here tonight. Ooh, let's get Pete up here. Mr. Reeves. Mr. Reeves, got a copy on me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
Alrighty, P2 here tonight, brother.
Yeah, we really kind of dropped the ball on our strategy tonight. We've done pretty decent at the short tracks up until this point, and our mile and a halfs really were kind of unknown coming into this, but I knew Randy was going to be quick, and that first run I think we really underdrove the car. We were trying to save tires, and I think we got in a lot of that dirty air, and that really opened up the gap. And then we maintained a lot with him majority of that run. Then he finally started stretching his legs there at the end. But if our gaps would have been a little bit closer coming off pit road, we might have had a little bit better of a chance. Randy was really quick. I don't know if anybody could have touched him, but to come home P2, and I think we keep the points lead. I can't complain with that.
10-4, buddy. Well, first and second to start the season, not bad at all, buddy.
Oh yeah. We can keep this momentum going in. We got the interesting racing's coming up is going to be the super speedways and the road courses. That'll be the interesting one. But the first, second, and me, Randy, and Scott are the people I figured were going to be up here tonight, and I think Scott pushed just a little too early, but I know he'll recover from that for sure.
10-4, buddy. Well, again, we're going to let you go. Congratulations, Mr. Reeves. Now you'd like to thank again before I let you go.
Yeah, got to give you a shout out to my fiance Caitlin for dealing with all my racing stuff online and in real life. Got to give you a shout out to Over the Top Motorsports, me, Ronald Klein, Jeffrey Merck, starting to get the handle of these cars a little bit better race by race. John Hedrick with Over the Top Paints and Designs for this beautiful Mountain Dew Monte Carlo, and a huge shout out to, I guess, my driver or co-teammate Randy Arms for winning it. Pretty cool to him to land at victory lane his first race of the season. So,
yeah, poor buddy. Well, good run here tonight, my man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for y'all up in the booth too.
All right, 10-4, buddy. Have a great night. All right, let's get Mr. Haynes up here. Hey, Mr. Haynes, Matt in the booth. Get a copy of me.
Yeah, 10-4, Matt. How's it going?
Doing pretty good, buddy. Coming home third here tonight, brother.
Yeah, I burned my stuff up that first 50 lap run. I had nothing left on that front right when I pitted at the end of 51 there, so I was dropping like a rock. Man, the second I learned the first 25 laps, I kind of just laid back a little bit and let the car roll into the corner a little bit smoother and saved a bit of rubber and managed to bring it home third, come back 20 laps to go. I said in my head, okay, it's time to go. I've rested these tires enough.
Well, great job coming back into the top 3. Good start to your season as well, man. And I suspect good things for you going forward.
Yeah, I hope so, Matt. It's fun here. Loose Lugnuts, these 87 cars, we're having a blast, and as you can see, caution free. Like, we got some good guys running here, and congrats out to Randy and Mitchell on their run. That was I was talking to Randy there and just letting him know, man, good tire management, because I blew it the first 50, and I had something there at the end, but he was nowhere in sight. So you live and learn.
All righty, buddy. Well, again, congratulations on a great run here tonight. And we will see you next week, my friend.
All right, 10-4. Thanks to everyone watching. Thanks for what you do, Matt. We appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. Again, congratulations on a good run.
Thank you.
All righty, folks. That's going to about do it here tonight. We'll be back here next week, headed to California. Thank you to Over the Top Designs. If you need any paint schemes done, check out Over the Top Designs on Facebook. But until then, everyone stay safe. Have a great